Do you have a child who is learning to read? Usborne Books and More has some fabulous options to support you and your child on the path to becoming a fluent reader. I'm going to start with this adorable book, Bears Don't Read. My daughter loves this story about George. George is a bear who just isn't like other bears. He wants to learn how to read. He's so cute. And so he decides to go to the city because maybe someone in the city can teach him to read. But the problem is everyone's so afraid of George. Even the police are sent after him. But luckily, a sweet little girl named Clementine likes George and decides that she will help him. She's going to teach him how to read because, after all, she is learning how to read right now in school. So she teaches him the alphabet and how to read. It's such a sweet book. My daughter is learning how to read right now, and she loves this little story about George and Clementine and the idea of a little bear, well, actually a big bear, learning how to read. So cute. And of course, beautiful illustrations. Next is Nibbles. Nibbles is a super popular book, and I have to say, this is a classic don't judge a book by its cover, because honestly, this is not the aesthetic I naturally gravitate towards, but I tell you what, it's so cool on the inside, and it is one of my daughter's favorite books. She loves the story about Nibbles, the book monster, who loves to eat books. His favorites are children's literature, and these are like books within a book here. So we have Goldilocks and the Three Bears. It's so fun because if your child already knows the classic fairy tale stories, then they'll realize that Nibbles messed up the story a little bit. The stories change it after Nibbles goes through them and nibbles them up. Little Red Riding Hood. And see, it's very beautiful inside. I love the illustrations. Jack and the Beanstalk. But you know what? This Nibbles, we need to keep him out of our fairy tales because he's messing them up. Aw, poor Nibbles. But guess what? Of course, he escapes. Such a fun story for a child who is learning how to read and who you're just wanting to encourage the love of books. Okay, now I'm going to move on to probably one of my favorite things here, Usborne very first reading set. These are dual readers, and I'll tell you what is so great about these. The parent and the child reads them together. So, you have more sophisticated language on the left, and that's what the parent reads. The night was cold, the sky was black, the window rattled, and then the child reads the simple words tap, tap, tap. And these are going to follow a logical progression that has been researched in learning phonics. There's someone there, I'm sure of it. Sam, do stop barking. Sit, Sam, sit. So what I love about this is the story is so much more engaging and complex than a lot of other of these like very simple phonics early readers that are teaching children how to read, where they can only make a few sounds, and therefore the story has to stay super simple. Obviously, this can be a much more interesting story. A tattered coat, a huge black hat. Look, it's a pirate. I am Pat. And also just the bonding of reading together. My daughter is loving this set, and I'm so excited to work through all of these books with her. Then once they finish those, they can move up to the Read with Usborne books. Now these are also great because they're only $3.99. There's level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. I love that these include fables and classic children's stories like The Reluctant Dragon, Little Mermaid, and then the higher level ones are like Robin Hood and Secret Garden with beautiful illustrations. It starts out very simple with just a few words on the page for level 1. Level 2 gets a little bit more complex, adds speech bubbles, a little bit bigger words. Level 3, you'll see much more words now. Beautiful illustrations. And then level 4 are actually chapter books. So they're going to feel like they are big kids now because these books are divided into chapters. Beautiful watercolor illustrations, but also plenty of text on the page that's preparing them for chapter books. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. I'm Callie_Sparrow and Lilies. Thank you so much for watching.